Welcome back to a new episode of the Rectified podcast. Today we're gonna be navigating the food industry, one of the brands in the food industry. My guest today is Allan Glenfield, the founder of Chuck. If you don't know Chuck, you're gonna know what it is today, so we're gonna talk all about it. Welcome, Allan.
Hey, thank you so much.
Allan, your product, if nobody knows what it is, it's a meat stick, something that has existed for a while now. And the meat stick snack aisle, let's say, has been dominated with multi-million dollar companies. Some of them are clean, some of them are cleaner, some of them are not that great. I'm not going to name companies. But what was that aha moment where you realized, okay, I need to make this something that has a good quality and is Canadian?
It is sort of a story about Canada in that if you are a buyer and fan of meat sticks, you may have come across a lot of great brands down in the
Yes.
U.S. A lot of better
Yes.
for you brands. And so, like everyone else, we would be traveling through the U.S., buying those, smuggling them back here, and kind of finding ways to get them here.
Yeah.
And
Same.
yeah, so and we continue to get those messages from people where they're like, oh, like I don't have to pack a bag full of them and go across the border. So it was sort of something always on my radar. We're a family that travels quite a lot. So protein on the go, something that's kid friendly, is always like this like challenge we're trying to solve. So yeah, I was being exposed to that in the U.S. And trying to find something like similar like that here, or if not
Yeah.
even better. And really having a hard time finding that in Canada. So it was. I have a sort of my background is in marketing, CPG, and just sort of been an entrepreneur my whole life, and so it was sort of one of those things, those bucket list sort of opportunities where I'm like, I really,
Yeah.
really love to like start something like this myself.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, worst case, if I fail, I just get a lot of meat sticks, and I can't go wrong. It's like, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see any harm in giving it a shot. The big challenge was actually finding the product,
Yeah.
or finding someone who could help me make the product at a level that I wanted to make it at. It was like needing to find something here in Canada and not being available, and
Okay.
kind of setting out to create
Personal
it
need, let's
ourselves.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we quickly realized that we weren't the only ones feeling that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me included. That's
Yeah.
how I. That's how actually I contacted you, and we got to know each other because I saw it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is Canadian, and it's available here, and I do buy the other cleaner American brands, and I do the whole
Yeah.
thing, or I find like small local stores who have it, and then I go and buy from them, things like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's the story, the backstory of how we know each other. Um, you were marketing in the CPG world, so you're a little bit familiar about how this world functions. But this category is, you're a newbie in this category, like
Oh yeah,
meat
for
sticks
sure.
and everything. Um, how did you validate the idea that people would actually buy from you and pay for this product before you ever created your first production?
The best thing you can do really is talk about whatever you have planned, right? Or whatever your
Yeah.
idea is, and just get people's like reaction to it. Because I've shared a lot of ideas before that, definitely don't. Definitely the conversation trails off. So this was interesting because just talking about it, it was just like constantly people checking in, wondering how that's going, wondering when we'll have something. I'm like, okay, like even just having those conversations are validating, because it's just like people are clearly interested.
Yeah.
My experience is just like a small portion of sort of a larger business. So like I'm in the little marketing corner, but like everything else I know nothing about.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was like a whole adventure of like, yeah, production, operations, everything else, you name it, right? And I continue to. And at that point, it was just sort of, okay, let's negotiate the smallest sort of production run we
Yeah.
possibly can. and kind of put that out there. And again, like I said, it's like at that point you're like, if it's a product you believe in and you love, worst case you're just stuck with a whole lot of snacks.
Exactly.
So it didn't feel too scary to do that. So we did that, and of course, so much went wrong.
Obviously, like everybody
It does
else.
it like when is it not? But
Yeah, yeah,
and you're like, yeah, whatever you're thinking you're gonna spend, maybe like double it for like things going wrong. Anyone now has access to test something.
yeah.
So throw it on build a
Yes,
Shopify website in a day
exactly.
and
Yeah.
throw it up there. So again, it was just getting that gut reaction from people. I truly knew there was a gap to fill
Yeah.
because of like our history of years being like, why are we bringing this across the border? Like, let's
Yeah.
make our own. And
I
then
agree.
and through that
Yeah.
I discovered there's even better ways to make them. So that was kind of a unexpected bonus. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was just starting small and just talking about what you want to do. It's like just share it. Like I think a lot of people like try to like hide their plans and they're like, well, I'm not gonna share this until it's ready. But you're like, oh, how do you know? Like, how do you know people even care?
That's
So
actually the new way of doing things. Many people create 5,000 SKUs in their brand, and they perfect the branding and they perfect the packaging, and they work for the longest time on their Shopify site and everything. Yet, like they want to be like one of those big multi-million dollar companies from day one, and you
for
don't
sure.
even know if people will want to buy from you. So I
Yeah.
believe that your strategy, just start small, start with one product, test it out. If it works out, it works out. You just double down on it. But if it doesn't, it's okay. So you started D2C, you started on Shopify selling from your website. Did anything change with that? Are you in stores, or is it just pure 100% online?
My background is more in e-commerce, so I just sort of did what I know. So we launched D2C and we also launched on Amazon.ca.
Okay.
Again, like getting on Amazon, you're like, oh, I'll just throw it up there. It's not that simple. And
Amazon is
and
not simple.
and so like I was actually gonna say, test it on there, but I'm like, I wouldn't even do that because it's
No.
not actually that. It's not
We
simple. It's so simple to throw
we
your own site up.
actually did an episode with an Amazon expert like a few episodes ago. We'll link to it.
Yeah.
And he talked about the ins and outs and the ads on Amazon and how to make
hmm
your product seen. It's a whole other world that like it's a new venture. It's as if it's a new venture. I don't know if that's your
Well,
experience.
well, that not only that, but like they can say, well, no, we want you to like for example, I printed all my packaging with a UPC code that designated for Amazon, and then they decided that they wanted to tombstone that listing, basically kill it, and they're like, no, you have to start a new one, which meant a new UPC code.
Why
So now I'm
did
like,
they
well,
decide to kill it?
because it was like because it during my like build like as I was like setting everything up, it spent too much time like idle, like it wasn't being
Okay.
used. And they're like, oh, we just thought you didn't need this listing anymore, so we've shut it down. I'm like, okay, can you turn it back on? And they're like, no.
No.
So I had
Okay.
I had all my packaging with all the UPC codes on it. So now I'm having to print UPC codes and stick them over the other ones. And it's just like, so Amazon can make
Yeah.
decisions and you don't really
Yeah.
have there's nothing you
So
can do,
do you
you kind of
still
roll with them. So
Yeah. Do you still have Amazon, or you just
yeah.
shut it down and stayed on Shopify?
No,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
started printing UBC codes and sticking them over all of them until we ran out, and now we're
Yeah.
back on track. And then we are like dipping our toes in retail, but again, that's like a whole area that I'm much less experienced in,
Yeah.
and so that's been really cool. But there's like a lot to learn there, and just from fellow founders, I've been getting a lot of advice around like not rushing that. Because they can, someone could quickly put you out of business.
No, exactly. If you're not ready, don't go into retail.
And it's hard, it's tempting. Like we've had offers
Okay.
and I'm like, I kind of had to say, we have to keep talking about this or no, because they're just like, it would
Maybe
spread
test it out
way
with
too thin.
maybe test it out with smaller stores,
Yeah.
see
So
how
that's
it
what we're doing.
works. Yeah.
So we have smaller retailers in Quebec. We
Hmm.
have and then through Ontario, and then we have a few uh, great great retailers already in out
Hmm.
west, so in Alberta and
All right.
BC. So yeah,
What has been the biggest hidden cost of launching your product?
the cost is just producing product and everything that all the little bits that go with that. So our products require like a top film, bags, boxes, all these things, and so the hidden cost for me, which is something that I wasn't prepared for, not really having been someone in the sort of operations and production
Yeah.
side, is like having no real experience of like forecasting and planning. So all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I could bootstrap this and work small. And
Hmm.
as I make money, I'll put the money back in and we'll just do that. But no, all of a sudden the demands for you to like put money in goes way up before you get any of it back. So for me, like the big hidden cost has just been like not understanding like
Yeah.
that forecast, needing to forecast and plan ahead, and how much actual like working capital you need. And that I don't want to say is bootstrapping like can
Yeah.
you bootstrap really, like, because I am, but it's quickly becoming like a question like how far can I actually do that without needing to find additional capital to do that.
If you're enjoying this conversation and you'd like to see more episodes with amazing guests, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow on whatever platform you're tuning in from. We release new episodes every Friday, and I can't wait to read your opinion in the comment section. All right, we've had a change of scenery behind Allan, and that's because of some technical issues with the connection. But we're going to continue our conversation, and we will talk about the marketing side of your brand. So basically, from what I've seen on your socials, you talk a lot about your kids or kids in general, and
Yep.
how this product is great for kids. So mostly you're positioning this for your kids as opposed to adults or health and fitness people. So why did you take that decision of making it only, well, not only, I mean, I can have it, but that's what
Yeah.
we see on social media.
Yeah, it's sort of a messaging thing we sort of wrestle with, is who are we speaking to? And we are definitely for you know, the fitness focused or like nutritional focused person. But we feel like they will naturally, like, they're the ones who are like, oh, I love these other brands in the US and I found you. And so they sort of just are kind of already seeking it out and find it. And that's great, and that's what we want. But we also have this opportunity, just again through our own experiences, of like uh, understanding the pain point as a parent, where you're like trying to, find specifically like a protein source on the go for kids. And when you're traveling, we're doing road trips and whatnot. It's like, um, you know, big snack bag, keeping everyone busy for long drives and all that. And a lot of it is like crackers, granola bars, all these other
Yeah.
things. And so, especially if you're going to go for a pretty long haul, you're like, okay, we need more variety here. We need more options. So we want to sort of have that discussion of like, hey, this is like a kid friendly snack that is protein source, a sort of a bioavailable sort of real protein source. That is also is like what I discovered through the learning how to produce the product, is that we could create something that was a lot more tender and flavorful, that might be more appealing to a kid than other sticks, or something like jerky that's just way too tough.
Yeah.
So I started to like sort of just through the process come to the realization that this is like becoming a super kid friendly, or just what I would say family friendly, as in, mom and dad are going to snack on it as well. Usually there's this line where there's like the kids snacks and then the mom and dad snacks.
Yeah.
And this is something for everybody. So that became part of our sort of pillar, one of our pillars of like building something that's kid friendly. So even there, and that was actually one of our early failures was, I was like, the package has to be like, my kids have to be able to open it. Like if I throw it
Mm,
at them in the back seat and I'm like, here, snack on this, I need them to be able
yeah.
to open it because I can't turn around and be
Yeah.
driving and opening things at the same time. And so our first production run didn't open easily.
Okay.
And I'm like, this was like a big thing for me, was like making sure it was truly kid friendly, that like you can put in a kid's lunch, take it to school, and they can open it themselves.
Mm.
Um, and it wouldn't open. So I actually returned, like, I actually we took back probably 5,000 sticks and repackaged them.
Do you think positioning this as something for the entire family? Well, it's something new in the meat stick category because most people they want to sell this to the health people and fitness people and more for adults. Did it help you? Do you think that it was helpful to position it this way, or do you feel that maybe you lost some of the market because you didn't go towards the fitness people?
No, I don't think we've lost, because I don't think we've lost them, because like those, a lot of those people are the parents. Like,
Yeah.
they are, they like they are that. And like I said, like that audience is seeking out these options. And so we are working on our messaging. We want to push the family friendly conversation. We're not saying we're like a kid snack. We're saying we're sort of a family friendly snack. And here's why and how we made it that way. But I think we're also going to be having, through collaborations, through events, through these other things, we will like be targeting sort of a health and wellness fitness
Okay.
channel. We're not going to exclude them, because our actual product isn't like just saying this is a family kid snack. This is, so if you picked it up at the store, you wouldn't necessarily get that impression. This is for anybody, and it really is.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge opportunity, because I think if you can, I mean, as any parent would know, if your kids find something they really like, they'll probably come back. So
And as a marketer, which channels did you decide on adopting for your brand?
right now, essentially, we're just focused on, from a social media standpoint, it's just Instagram.
Okay.
We do distribute content on other channels, but not, but it's more of just sort of flowing through to those channels. There's no separate strategy.
Yeah.
Again, this is like not just bootstrap, but like literally operated by me. So it's
Yeah,
just
of
trying
course.
to, which is why I've sort of made myself like the face on socials, because there is no one else. So the that's just been the one focus. I'm like very like I I'm very keen to be on things like TikTok shops, but we only distribute in Canada. So
We don't have TikTok shop.
no, so I would love for that to happen. I'd say if that, I've been thinking about, maybe we put a little more energy into that channel in the event that that does become available, that we're sort of like a little more
Yeah.
prepared, because I think that's a huge opportunity.
Even without TikTok shop, TikTok has become a great discovery place. So
Yeah.
if you can create some stuff that are TikTok friendly or native for TikTok, it will be, I believe, a good opportunity for you also for discovery, let's say. Over the years working with product brands, I developed my own framework for scaling. I call it the 3R framework. It's my signature system, and it's what I use with every single client I work with. And today, I want to give you the diagnostic tool that sits at the heart of it. It's free, it takes about 10 minutes, and it will show you exactly which of the 3Rs, revamp, reshape, or reach, is your biggest gap right now. The link is in the description. Go grab it and start working on the right thing. Do you do email marketing?
A little bit. I'm looking at what our retention strategy looks like, and also just like what conversations are we going to be having, because at this point we'll put out more flavors, but essentially we currently are running with one SKU. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to build a campaign after campaign that's just pushing the same meat stick over and over again. I want to have other conversations. So we're sort of working that out. We're fully set up from a automation and flow standpoint, but really trying to look at like what do our campaigns look like? What
Yeah.
conversations can we have that like
Yeah.
resonate with our audience, that we're not just talking about the same product over and over again.
Let's move into like a rapid fire of questions before we wrap this up. First of all, who's the bigger villain in your story?
Who's the bigger
You
villain?
you can name the brands if you want.
I mean, I think like like you're obviously looking at someone like Jack Link's. These big guys are obviously the gas station brands, or as far as villains go. They're the ones especially from an ingredient standpoint.
Yeah.
Who are selling things that aren't the greatest.
Exactly.
And again, it's the struggle. There and for that reason, they're able to sell a very inexpensive product. They're going to be the villains for us for sure.
You have to keep them on your wall and keep looking at their picture, and then go do whatever you need to do.
Even from I see lots of other brands and other categories calling out their villains in their content. And,
Yes.
I'm always debating on that. I'm like, I don't know. It's not me
It's
personally, but it is very like polarizing, and people engage with that content for sure. So
yeah. It's a personality thing. You have to decide
Yeah.
if you're ready for the backlash, if you want that kind of negativity in your life.
100%. Yeah.
All right, question number 2. D2C or retail? If you could pick one for the next 12 months, which one is it?
Would D2C, and just to maybe quickly explain why, is like we said before, retail can get really out of hand really quickly, and become something where you don't have the resources to get that velocity in the stores. I think you get very excited when you're like, look how many stores I'm in. But then the question is like, yeah, but is it even pushing, like, is anyone buying it? And so you're like, oh no, I should probably go check. And you're like, wait, I can't check every store. I can't do that. So
No.
D2C, because we can control it. We can control the customer. We can have conversations with customers. We can really like build our own little network, as well as the performance of that is attractive to the retailers. So if the retailers are like, oh, like you already have proven this,
Yes,
then
it's a product market fit. Yeah.
they seem way more receptive.
Let's move to the third question. It's a rapid fire. Let's do it.
I'm trying to be rapid.
Okay. The biggest mistake, one thing you spent money on in month 1 that you'd never do again.
Like subscriptions to tools, especially as AI came in, man, it's like an AI tool for this and that. It's like, and now I'm looking at my statements. I'm like, I have 20 subscriptions to things because they all promised making, being my in-house marketing assistant or whatever. And I'm like, this is nonsense. So
We've all done that.
I'd say like, especially when you're like, I want to try and like build this all by myself, you start looking for like tools and assistants to do that. And I've wasted a lot of money already on that. So I'm going to cut some of that.
What's the most expensive ingredient in your stick that you refuse to compromise on?
It's the beef. I can't compromise on that one. We're going to need that in there, else it'll be a pretty sad meat stick. But, and the struggle with meat is it's like a stock market. The costs fluctuate like crazy. So trying to stabilize that is a huge struggle, but can't compromise on the beef. Yeah.
Yeah. Last question. One app or tool your business couldn't survive without today?
I mean, we definitely aren't going to survive without Shopify. And again, like I think on the topic of AI, it's using just having set myself up with a little bit of my own like custom ecosystem through Claude has been super helpful to sort of not use it as like someone to do my job, but as that assistant to help me
Yeah.
download my own strategies and my own thoughts and help me process that, I would say has been super, super helpful
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
definitely in keeping myself lean.
Agree. We're all in the same train together, the cloud train together.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Alan, thank you so much for being a guest on the podcast and for this nice conversation. And I'll see you next week with a new episode.